When I was a little girl, I always hated going to the doctor to get a shot, and they always hurt. Wiggling your toes wasn't going to make that go away. But is it really worth getting the shot? In this past summer, in 2021, a young boy died from meningitis and he was not vaccinated. I, therefore, have been vaccinated for all necessary diseases or illnesses since I was young. In today's world, we have various diseases. To help keep society healthy, many vaccines have been created to help prevent and treat these symptoms, such as meningitis, chickenpox, and influenza. Today, I will be informing you about the advantages and disadvantages of the influenza, chickenpox, and meningitis vaccines. According to the CDC, a 2021 study showed that among adults, flu vaccination was associated with a 26% lower risk of ICU admission and a 31% lower risk of death from flu compared to those who weren't vaccinated. Influenza has many advantages, such as, of course, you're less likely to die, it lessens your symptoms. Most of the symptoms that come from when you get sick are headaches, nausea, congestion in the nose, head, sore throat, a cough, nothing extreme. However, you could end up dying. Many people don't die from this disease if they're vaccinated, but younger kids, such as like under 5 years old, and adults over 65 are more likely to die. Some disadvantages of receiving the vaccine are that it's not 100% effective, so you still could get it because there's so many different strains. Also, there's a disease called Guillain-Barré syndrome, which comes from getting the shot, and when you get that, it's like an autoimmune disease where it's like slow-growing paralysis, which can be very deadly. Did you know that before the chickenpox vaccine was introduced, around 4 million people got it every year? Chickenpox is very common in younger kids, I almost feel, because it spreads very quickly. I've never had it, but both my parents had it, and I mean, they don't have any symptoms right now, but they're fine. The advantages of it are that since receiving it, cases have been reduced by 90%, hospitalizations by 88%, and death by 65%. Some disadvantages include that if you're pregnant, you cannot receive the vaccine or it will damage the fetus and could cause a miscarriage. Another disadvantage is that you also need 2 doses, so it's not 100% effective again. According to the National Foundation of Infectious Diseases, even with treatment, approximately 1 out of every 10 people who get meningococcal disease will die. Meningitis is a common disease around today. There's many different types. First of all, it can be a viral disease or a bacterial disease. Bacterial has to be treated with medication within the 24 hours of being infected, or you will die. Viral, there's not really much the hospital can do, but they can give you antibiotics to help you recover faster and keep your body going. So when you get the vaccine, there's no such thing as getting the virus from it. It's an inactivated disease the way it is. Some disadvantages include that there is 2 doses and that you cannot, it's not 100% effective. Now, I'm very thankful that my parents informed me with the right information, and I received vaccines for many different diseases. Now that I have informed you about the advantages and disadvantages of influenza, chickenpox, and meningitis, you now know that there's pros and cons to each thing, and there's really no right answer. In today's world, we do have various diseases. To help keep society healthy, many vaccines have been implemented to help prevent and treat these symptoms. In the end, I think that vaccines do more good than harm. However, the decisions on whether or not to get vaccinated should be based on personal preference and what you can do to keep yourself safe, and should never be persuaded by someone that isn't in your own shoes.